Hello, another video. Cheers from the woods. Doing here my regular walk. I have some lunch with me and a cup of tea in thermos. Yeah, this is interesting video I wanted to do for a long time actually. Testing these two Skramas. The 240 here I bought a few years ago and have been using that a lot. So I have been really happy with that blade, zero complaints. But like I've noticed maybe like last summer, last autumn, that I wanted to have with me kind of a larger blade that would be also really like, how do you say, like capable and really like a workhorse knife that I can really like beat and do like all the heavy things I can just imagine. I like my leuku, for example. I've used Erapuu leuku a lot, no problems. But sometimes I kind of was thinking maybe I could even have a bit of a larger blade, a bit of a more like a beast of a workhorse blade, if you know what I mean. And Skrama is a great one. But yeah, I took it with me a few times into the woods. But I just kind of noticed it's that heavy. And yeah, well, everything is kind of, how do you say, relative. So axes are also heavy. So in that sense, yeah, it's not too bad. But I have been used to carrying the leuku with me, so I really like that concept because it's so lightweight. But nevertheless, it's a great chopper. But I was just kind of missing. Maybe I could have another blade, maybe with a bit more ergonomical handle. That is the one thing that leukus generally don't have, that ergonomical handles. A sip of tea, excuse me. Yeah, so if you know what I mean. So leukus are great. I like the grind. I like how they look. I like the lightness. So they really are great. But sometimes I was missing like, I would have a Skrama also with me. So that would have been nice. So this just proved to be a bit heavy. I could take it, but immediately when I kind of was starting to carrying this with me, the few trips that I did, I was thinking that I should have the 200. So maybe that could be like the solution for me, like the workhorse, no nonsense beast of a blade that I could kind of sometimes change it up and leave the leuku at home and take this one with me. So now I've been testing it for a couple of weeks. I did some feathers with both of them, also some chopping with both of them. Of course, this I know to be a great chopper. This I've been used in my garden a lot. You can check some old footage of that one. So really great. So nothing to complain about. But yeah, let's go ahead immediately with the 200. So as the name says, it's that bit shorter. It has a bit more aggressive the curviness here, which I like. I like a lot how this kind of feels in the hand. The handle is great. Immediately when I had this, I thought, yeah, this is going to be it. So it didn't took a long time to realize that I will leave the 240 at home, and this is the knife that I'm going to carry. And it's interesting comparison because I don't have anything negative to say of this. I have only positive things to say about both of these. With one exception, one negative thing, which is kind of, I don't know if it's that negative really, but yeah. So let's go ahead. Yeah, we'll now chop that dead birch wood down, birch tree. with the Skrama 200. So I have much more experience, of course, with the Skrama 240. I mean. So very interesting to check this. So that is a beast, absolute monster of a chopper. Let's see how this 200 will do. Pretty much effortless. Of course, with the 240 you just get a bit more leverage, so to speak. Well, actually I will test that also. Skrama 240, the same tree. I've been now testing this Skrama 200 about 2 weeks, and I have to say I really like this. Have here some spruce for a change. With Batoning, it's can't ask for a better blade really. So it just split the wood very easily. Yeah, what can I say? It's just one thing actually which is interesting, that with Jägäripukko I actually feel the shock effect on the hand, but not with the Skrama. So it's, I was talking about that on another video. And what I like about this is that although the 200 is great, the 240 I mean, this feels just much more like a knife. So I can get really close with my fingers to the edge, and I feel like I don't lose that much control. And look, those feathers. For a beast of a blade like this, to do feathers like this, yeah, so it really is kind of a one knife does it all. So this really is a pleasure almost of doing this. So it has actually quite a nice balance, the blade. So you can get really up and close for, let's say, more delicate work. So that's one of the main differences with this and 240. So that is like a beast of a knife, chopper, great. But this is just much more pleasure to use. And let me actually change now to the 240. 40. Also does nice the feathers, but this really feels heavy on the hand, and the balance is much, let's say, it just feels much more unbalanced. Yeah, this is not, this almost like I feel maybe even a fatigue, so I need to concentrate of doing this. You can do this, of course, and this is, like I said, I'm not bashing this. This is a great knife. I've been using this a lot in my garden, so this is a great chopper. But yeah, it just isn't that great with feathers. So this 200 just is much better. It's much more lightweight. I like the handle also more because it just feels more like a knife. You can do the feathers with both of these, but it's just much more pleasure to do it with the Skrama 200. It's even kind of remarkable how nice this is actually with the feathers. I'm really surprised. It's overall surprisingly nimble knife, and you can create very nice feathers. So great design by Varustelleka. This beats many of my knives with feathers that are like normal belt knife size. It's just, what more can you ask for? This kind of survival blade. Great, the grind. I really dig the grind actually with this one. It's different. It's different, the grind. I like very much the 200. I like the curvy. It has a bit more curvy, the blade shape. A little bit more pointy, the tip also. So if you would be in a situation where you need to, for example, to process some fish or whatnot. So this really is kind of a one tool option survival blade. Would be very high on my list if I would do now, like let's say week hiking trip somewhere. Fantastic, the grind. For a blade like this to create feathers like this is not usual by any means. Such a great knife. Yeah, it's just much more comfortable, the handle. It just feels more as a knife. That is the main thing. And I feel like I can do with this one a lot of the things that I can also do with that one. So you saw the chopping, not a big difference. I love this extra length that it has. For example, in the garden, I've been chopping down a few branches of trees. It's great, and you get the leverage of force, but I don't need that really in the woods. So I've been really digging this, I have to say. So nimble in the hand, so great the balance. The one thing with the both of them, with the Batoning, you feel a bit the shock. But then again, it's a trade-off because I like to have this kind of, it's good handle, and there's no exposed steel in the winter. But this just feels more of a knife. This is more like a heavy-duty chopper. That's the basic bottom line. They're both great. If I would have to buy either one of these now, I would actually buy this one. I just feel this is more actually versatile. But I don't regret a single second of buying this one also, because now I have the two. I can leave this at home, be happy with it, and this I will take outside. Great knife. I can't think of a better, no-nonsense survival blade. So this just does everything, and massively good with feathers also. So kind of a short video, but I will actually continue in testing this a bit more. So I will do a separate video of this also. And I also got the Skrama 80, so that I will also do some testing. Great knife. The Skrama, I love the Skrama live. Yeah. As a subscriber of mine said, Kanu Karhu, Varustelega should do like a mid-size version of this also. Like between the Terävä Jääkäripukko and the Skrama 200. So smaller Skramas would be awesome also. So Varustelega, pay attention. Yeah, but anyways, just a great blade. I'm so happy that I can replace the Leuku at some trips. So because I love the Leuku, it's just that it's nice to have a variation. So this definitely will go with me. And it's not that heavy. It really isn't. And I love the handle. It just locks in. It's not too short. It's not too long. I like the form of it. You can get extremely comfortable grip. Yeah, there's nothing negative, nothing except the shock effect. But it's a trade-off. So it's just with my Karta, it absorbs the shock better, and with wood. So that's the only thing. But it's a trade-off because it's a very grippy handle, and in winter a very nice one. And the 240, you can buy. You can buy both of these and be happy. So this is a monster of a blade. But for me, this is more of a house knife, let's say it like this. And this is more of a outdoors knife. That's the bottom line. Both are great. You won't be regretting you bought it. Nevertheless, both are great. You won't regret buying them. And with both comes a good sheath also. So, thanks for watching. See you later.